Peace, family. Peace, family. Chef Joseph, the entrepreneur, back at you again with another video. Chef Joseph, the entrepreneur, back at you again with another video. Man, okay, I'm back in the saddle here. And so I wanted to drop a video off to you, to the listening audience, and I definitely want to say thank you for, at least, hearing me out here. And what's been going on with me, actually, which brings me to the title of the subject for today. And I'm in a good place personally, but I can tell you that the title of today's subject, it's going to be sometimes that you have to step back and reevaluate some things in your life. Sometimes you have to step back and reevaluate. Sometimes you have to step back and reevaluate. What does that mean, Chef? Okay, let's talk about it. In life, there's so many things that bombard us, so many things that come to us, whether it's the children, whether it's school, whether it's bills, whether it's a decision that we made about a relationship, whether it's any type of decision, buying a house, buying a car, sometimes we have to step back and just reevaluate. Like, let's count the costs. In other words, count the costs. And I think that's a very wise thing, in life, is to reevaluate where you are. You can, that's a really, that's a brash, not brash, that is a broad, that's a broad brush, reevaluating some things. And I think a lot of times people don't really, I'm not gonna say they don't understand what it means, but to really take time out and to reevaluate of where you are in your life, because you may find that you need to make some adjustments, and recenter yourself, reground yourself, recalibrate, etc. My mentor, shout out to Mr. Johnson. He's no longer with us here, but he told me something years ago when I got onto this entrepreneur journey, and I'm gonna share that with you. I was a young student at the time, and he was like, we were just talking. He said, "Do you know what the most powerful word in a dictionary is?" He might have said the Bible, but I'm just going to use the word dictionary. Do you know what the most powerful word in a dictionary is? And I really couldn't think. Y'all know all the words in the dictionary, seriously. He said, I'm not going to tell you, but it's 2 letters. Now, he narrowed it down. I'm like, how in the world are 2 letters the most powerful statement or the powerful words in the dictionary? And when I couldn't figure it out, he said, 2 letters, R-E, re, re. I said, re? He said, yeah, those are the most powerful words, 2 most powerful words or prefix, I think that's right, that anyone possesses. Just think about it. Sometimes you have to rebuild some things. You have to redirect some things, restructure, rebuild, recalibrate, redirect. So many reads, that one can do. Reinforce. So when you reinforce or rebuild something means it's going to be what? Stronger. That's why taking time to reevaluate your life is not a bad thing. And where you are in life, are you heading in the right direction? I know that I pivoted out of the last project I was doing, and I can tell you that my life has become a lot brighter. And that chapter and that season was over for that time. That season was over with. And I fulfilled my mission. You know what I'm saying? I got a book out of it, and I got some other stuff going on with it. He came during the civilwar.com. That's going to be where the Chef Joseph's book is. But and sometimes you have to step back and reevaluate where you're going in life. Because, what people don't tell you is that you can always change it. You don't have to go in the same exact direction. You don't have to work the same job. You don't have to get the same degree in college that you thought that you needed, because you might want to reassess or reconfigure, redesign, rethink, the power of re. and that means reevaluate. You don't have to stay in the same situation that you're in. And so I know for me in the Chef Joseph journey, like literally my book talks about it all, everything, and even my child's mother and what catapulted me into this success, or what appears to be success. And speaking of success, success is what you make it. Success is what you make it. Sometimes people think, having a Lambo and or a Lamborghini and a Porsche and all these things, makes you successful. Yeah, that's probably the fruits of it. But you can have success, what I'm saying, just having a normal life. You can have a success just having your bills paid. You can have a success just having a peace of mind. Sitting at home, if you want to pop a beer and just drink, whatever. I'm just using that for an example. Whatever, not promoting that. But if you want to have a glass of wine or whatever, if that's that level of success, then that's your level of success, and it's okay. But sometimes you do have to reevaluate. Take time to reevaluate where you are in life. Because right now, the way the world is spinning, y'all see, is a lot happening out here, and it's happening very quickly. And yes, you have to rethink some things, and you have to definitely readjust, in your thinking, in your businesses or whatever you got going on. You're gonna have to reassess some things, and you may have to refortify, rebuild, restructure, rethink, reconsider. You know what I'm saying? And definitely reevaluate the direction that you think that you're heading in or that you are headed in. And it's okay. Sometimes people will not understand that you had to recalibrate. They're not going to understand that you had to readjust. Well, I thought you said this, but you had to do what's good for you. You have to basically set your life up, which is good for you and yours, you and your family. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody's going to understand that. And so don't expect them to understand, your new decision, because you're going down one road and you realize, hey, this ain't it. I want to reconsider where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to change your mind, but I can tell you that when I came out of this last project, I knew I had took on a lot of heat. I mean, not really, really just dealing with the public, dealing with people, dealing with excuses, dealing with employees, dealing with a lot of things, what I'm saying, that, dealing with excuses and everything. But I had to rethink and reconsider, like, is this what I want my life to be? What I'm saying? And I came out of that, and I'm telling you, it's very, very good. And mentally, it was healthy for me. It was mentally healthy for me to change directions, to redirect myself. There we go. That's that word. What I'm saying? And so I just want to kind of leave y'all with that. The power of the two-letter word re. And also sometimes, like I said, sometimes you have to step back and reevaluate where you are in life. What I'm saying? It's very important. So he came during the civilwar.com. You can check out the book there. And but I just thank y'all. Like and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be posting on a regular basis. But the thing is, I had to step back and recalibrate. See what I'm saying? So with recalibrating, I came off of YouTube, came off all of Facebook and all that kind of stuff, because I needed to hear my inner voice, just like some of you may need to hear your inner voice. And it's good to unplug from some things at times, what I'm saying, because you definitely need to rebalance yourself, what I'm saying, and just just get yourself together mentally, so you can be, fit for battle, type of thing. So anyway, like and subscribe to the channel. Sometimes you have to step back and reassess and rebuild and definitely reevaluate, your life and what do you want that to be, because you can create the life of your own. I can tell you now, like, what y'all can't see what in front of me, it just reminds me of many, many years ago, what I'm saying? And it's a beautiful process, what I'm saying? So anyway, thank y'all for listening. Like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to reevaluate where you are in your life. Chef Joseph, I'm out. Like and subscribe. Glad y'all watching. Peace out.